I'm back with mikey303, who's going to play Live in the Depths 77.
That's right.
Hi, Mikey.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Is this your first time playing this show?
Yeah.
Are you Portland-based?
I'm not. Based out of Seattle.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. So, what is your set tonight going to be like? What are you bringing with you from Seattle?
So I primarily use hardware trackers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I got
those in the know. You need to know this one.
Yeah, this one's very good. Tonight I'm using the M8 tracker, which is the little handheld.
One. Yeah.
I'm using two of those, DJ mixer, and a TT303, which is one of many 303 clones.
So for those who don't know, the 303 sound, you all know it. Maybe you don't know the number, but it's a sacred number. It's the acid sound.
Yeah, it's one of the most important sounds and electronic instruments in all of rave culture and electronic music in general.
So is your music based on that one sound, on that squelching, resonant 303 sound?
I use it for most of my music, yeah. So to say that it's not part of my sound would be sacrilegious to have 303 in my name.
Exactly.
Unless I was from Colorado, which I think is the area code for Denver, I think is 303.
Oh my God,
had someone be like,
that.
They're like, Mikey303, you're from Denver.
You're from
and I'm
Denver.
like, no.
Too late.
So
you already got the handle.
I think there's isn't it like the group 303? I think they're from Colorado. I think that's why they're by there. I can't remember.
I don't know. I know. There's 808.
And there's 808. That's Hawaii.
808 State. Yeah. I'm sure there's 909. 909. I think that's Inland Empire, California.
Is that right?
Like south of LA. I don't know.
Yeah.
You might catch me red-handed here.
I'll have to do some more research on area codes.
Yeah. But I mean, so you use trackers in the making of your music, which is very specific. Yeah. It's like an ancient technology that has had a resurgence as of late.
We are sort of in I would consider it almost like a golden age for hardware trackers. It's just been a huge resurfacing of it, thanks to NerdSeek. The Polyend tracker and the Dirty Wave M8. And I mean, I've been using hardware trackers for a long time. Before I started doing all my M8 stuff, I was very heavily involved in the chiptune scene, which is
chiptune.
Chiptune. If you're not familiar with, is primarily using vintage video game consoles,
like arcade sounds.
Yeah, and they're using the hardware and the sound chips. And kind of repurposing it for music. There's so many ways to use it, but generally it's just that kind of aesthetic being integrated into it.
It's like the original, like the Commodore sound, like the SID chip.
Yes,
right?
beautiful, wonderful. Yeah. One of the most beautiful sounding chips out there. I love it. Yeah,
and there have also been a lot of clones that employed that chip.
Yes.
Even today, like even in Eurorack, I think there's some
there's
like emulations.
There's a SID Guts Deluxe from ALM Circuits. And then famously Electron's first device was the SID Station.
That's right.
He used the 6581, which is there's two different. Actually, there's like three different SID chips. There's the 6581, the 8580, and then the 6852. I think I have to remember my numbers.
Nerd alarm. Nerd alarm.
I
knew that we were going to go into the depths with this one because
you should have expected it once you found out that I was using a tracker.
I mean, you're sure it's kind of like a dead giveaway.
Yeah, it's fair.
Right?
It's fair. Yeah.
But I always felt like there are people who think linearly, like traditional production as we know it today, left to right, and then there are the guys like you who are thinking rows, like in columns,
spreadsheet music.
It's almost like the brain works differently.
Yeah, I don't gel super well with a lot of traditional sequencers, like the electron workflow, or it just doesn't quite click with me. And with the tracker, you're able to, as the name kind of implies, you're able to track every piece of data and information, every command. It's all right there and visible. And
you're
something about that,
You're a spreadsheet guy.
I'm a spreadsheet guy, yeah.
What do you do for a living? Are you an accountant?
No. I do work with computers though, but not on the accountant level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are hints like pixelation. Okay, so like the whole chiptune thing.
Yeah.
Pixel oriented, zeros and one binary, and then the nerd. I mean, you have an attachment to more like primal computer technology, more arcane technology.
Tracking is a bit of like an esoteric workflow. It's very, it has its own kind of language. I mean, every tracker has its own kind of language that comes with it, with like commands, and they can be as simple as just altering the sequencer or getting into sound design by sending literal instructions saying, hey, alter the instrument this way or that way, right? So it's like different than just playing with automators and letting things run free. But
it does give the sound or the composition a very specific structure,
I think so.
Right?
I think so. It comes with the nature of the beast. Since every row, every step, you can get into surgical precision with like, for example, the best like the closest analog would be something like the Electron devices where you have your parameter logs, right?
Yeah.
But and you can change every step to have a completely different sound. And same thing with a tracker, right? You have every row could be a different instrument, different voice, different command, and it gives you just an crazy amount of precision for making really, really complex sequences that you normally wouldn't really think about doing with like a DAW.
I mean, maybe as a reference for whoever's watching this and whoever knows someone like Venetian snares, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, it's a brutal sound. It's a violent sound, very layered, yet, like it almost feels like it's engineered in its parts. Yeah. Like there's heavy engineering in there, and it's tracker based.
Yeah,
right?
he's a big Renoise guy, I think.
Octamed.
Is it Octamed?
Yeah, he's like an Amiga Octamed guy.
Cool.
So that was like a
even
big thing.
Even better.
Yeah, he's like an OG tracker guy. Anyway, we nerded out on this one. Please forgive us, but sometimes you just have to because it lends itself to it. And I just felt like when I heard your name and I saw this T-shirt, you cannot separate the process from the artist in this case.
Yeah.
You would probably really falter and have issues if trackers were just wiped off the face of the earth.
I feel
tomorrow.
like I would be very devastated. I did computer music, I guess, and traditional DAW stuff for a few years, and it just never worked out for me. And then I discovered trackers, and it was just everything changed for me.
Great. So what can we expect tonight of your performance, your tracker performance at Life in the Depths? Do you have any new material or anything?
I actually last night I made a whole bespoke first chunk of my set. Is just gonna be all brand new stuff I made from scratch last night. It's gonna be some 140 garage kind of stuff. Maybe a little bit of footwork, a little bit of drum and bass, and maybe a breakcore track to top it off. So we're gonna go from 140 up to 200.
Wow. And that on a day where we almost hit the 3 digits, right? Temperature wise. Well, I'm very, very excited. I will definitely be checking it out, and so should you. And that's it with our little interview with mikey303. And I'm reporting back.
Cheers.